Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to look at Sani Dasha Rahu Bukti. What we are going to see is equally applicable for Rahu Dasha Sani Bukti also. Normally, there are two types of groupings that are there in Lagnas and Rasis, right? One is the Venus group Lagna, that is Rishabha, Mithuna, Kanya, Tula, Makara, and Kumbha, and the Jupiter group Lagna, which is Mesha, Kataka, Simha, Vrichika, Danu, and Meena. If you see, for Venus group Lagna and Rashi, Saturn, Mercury, Rahu, and Venus dashas will generally be good because for these Lagnas and Rashis, Saturn, Mercury, Rahu, Venus will own 1, 5, or 9, right? In some cases, they may own an additional house in addition to 159. Generally, 159 is good, right? That's how we are making this classification. Similarly, for Jupiter group Lagna and Rashi, Mars, Moon, Sun, and Jupiter dashas will generally be good along with Ketu dasha, right? This is one aspect that we look at when it comes to decoding how a dasha will be and how a dasha bhukti will be. In addition to that, we should also look at the strength of the dispositor. What I mean by this is, if let's say Saturn is posited in Virgo, we need to see how strong Mercury is because Saturn is seated in the house of Mercury. That is important, right? So that will determine how good or bad your dasha is going to be. We should also look at whether there is any combustion, that is, has the planet gone too close to the sun. If it is within 8 degrees or even 12 degrees, it is known as combustion. And generally, you will see that a planet loses its characteristics whenever there is combustion. Another good thing to consider is whether there is any aspect by benefics like Jupiter, Venus, or a full moon. Okay, so these are benefics and they normally bestow good results for the native during the dasha. When I say aspect by benefic, that is the benefics aspect should be on the concerned planet for which we are looking at the dasha or bhukti period. Normally, dasha of Rashi Lord or 159 or Lagna Lord is generally good. Okay. In addition to that, what is the positioning of dasha and bhukti lords? Are they 159 to one another, 147 to one another? Is equally important. That is, let's say you're looking at Saturn dasha, Venus bhukti. If you count from Saturn, where is Venus posited? Is it from 4th house? Is it from 7th house? Or is it from 6th, 8th, and 12th houses? 6, 8, and 12 are problematic houses and they generally give trouble to the native in one way or the other. Of course, there are exceptions. So, these are the factors that we normally consider when it comes to ascertaining the results of a dasha or bhukti period. Okay. Now, notwithstanding all that I have stated, Saturn dasha and Rahu bhukti is generally challenging, irrespective of whether the dasha is running well or not running well. If you look at Brihat Parashara Horasastra, right, which is considered as the the source on which the Vedic astrology has derived, Parashara states for dasha and bhukti periods, if planets are good, you can expect good results. If the associated planets are not good or not in good position, you will expect bad results. So that's how he has constructed dasha bhukti results in the Horashastra or the treatise. First, he covers the good things, the second, he covers the not so good things or bad things. That's how he explains every dasha bhukti. Okay. However, when it comes to Saturn dasha Rahu bhukti and Rahu dasha Saturn bhukti, he comes straight to the negative aspects only. He does not talk about positive aspects. I'm telling this is right from Parashara's book. Okay, that means he is expecting something not so good to the native during this period. Okay, and that's what I've seen in my experience too. Normally, this period of 3 years, Saturn Dasha Rahu Bukti or Rahu Dasha Saturn Bukti, it is little less than 3 years, is normally a problematic period. In particular, the last 1 year of the 3 year period is particularly problematic, and the individual should be prepared for it. Why it is problematic? If you see, Saturn and Rahu are two dark planets, and the combination of this is normally a troublesome period, right? So this is something that an individual has to note. Okay, this not so good period, okay, is there to stay. The best part for the individual is to be prepared to accept this not so good results that is expected along the way. If you see YouTube and so many media posts, right, social media posts, there is a lot of articles, a lot of videos on Sade Sati, that is a 7.5 year Saturn, and Ashtama Sani, and stuff like that. However, you rarely see information on Saturn Dasha Rahu Bhukti. Okay, this is 3 year long period. It's not a short period, right? 3 years, your life can change upside down, right? So the reason I'm sharing this is, one, educational, and two, something as precautionary also. So if you are going to encounter Rahu Dasha Saturn Bhukti or Saturn Dasha Rahu Bhukti, be prepared. Okay, take as much precaution as possible so that you can minimize your negative impact, especially for those who are in difficult relationships, who are in unprofitable businesses, or in difficult work environments. You need to particularly watch out. If this period coincides with Ashtama Shani or Janma Shani, right, it's a double whammy. So one needs to be very careful in navigating this 3 year period, right? So that's what I wanted to cover in today's video. Until we meet again, thank you. Best wishes.